Welcome back to the Midnight Who Show, and today I'm going to conclude my review of the very first season of Scooby-Doo and Guess Who. I'll post a link in the description below to the first half of this review. That includes the first 6 episodes, and today we're going to talk about the last 7 episodes of this season. So the first episode I'm actually going to talk about is probably going to be one of my favorite episodes from this season, and it was, of course, The Cursed Cabinet of Professor Mads Markson. This episode starred, of course, Penn and Teller as the guest star, and they were an amazing guest star. They really worked well with the Mystery Inc. Gang here, and just there's a little twist with the villain in this episode, and I really like that. And of course, this kind of creepy hotel and the magician element of it, it was really well done. And I think this, out of all the episodes, there was a very good balance between guest star, the mystery, and just overall pacing and characterization of the Mystery Inc. gang. They did a really good job in this episode. The next episode was also very enjoyable, and this one was, of course, when Urkelbots go bad, and they did a really good job. It was a very interesting idea, I think, to bring Urkel into the show, but Urkel is a very interesting type of character. It's basically things fall apart near him, or accidents kind of happen, and I really like the last scene in this episode where he basically blew up the mystery machine, and now Fred hates him too. But I kind of like how the museum curator's like, don't let Urkel hear all this. But I really like the villain design in this episode. It looks very similar to the very villain from the original series of Scooby-Doo, and it is definitely interesting, very technology-based, and it's a very good villain. I liked it, and of course, Urkel is a very unique addition, I will say, and definitely did great. Okay, the next episode, the fastest fast food fiend. Of course, guest starred Jim Gaffigan, and I will say this was a very different episode. I definitely think it was it's not going to be one of my favorites of this entire season, but I do like the kind of idea, and it's very interesting. Basically this is what Shaggy and Scooby do well. It's a race for food, basically. It's all these fast food restaurants of this chain, and there's someone who's trying to stop it. But definitely a pretty decent episode, and it's definitely enjoyable. But out of any episode this entire season, probably the one I was most excited for is the next one, which of course is Attack of the Weird Allosaurus. If you've seen this channel, you know I'm a huge fan of Weird Al, and this is not the first time Weird Al has interacted with the Scooby Gang, but this was just awesome. And of course, it's T-Rexes and Weird Al's Accordion Camp. I liked every aspect of this episode, and he just worked very well with the Mystery Inc. gang. Now you see ya, now you don't. This was not probably going to be one of my favorites also, but I do like how you have the guest star basically in a frame. There's someone who looks kind of like her committing all these robberies around, and I found that a very unique idea. It's what I enjoyed the most, but it was at least entertaining, and the mystery was pretty decent. I don't know, the next episode though, I don't know what it is about this episode, because I liked a lot of aspects of it, but I also was kind of bored by it. It was actually probably the episode I just really did not enjoy watching. It was, of course, Quit Clowning, guest starring, of course, Kenan Thompson. But I didn't enjoy it. I just was kind of bored by it. It just was like, definitely I liked the villain. That was definitely interesting, kind of a ghost clown. Definitely pays tribute to the ghost clown of the original series. But besides that, Kenan Thompson was a good guest star, and he worked kind of well with the gang, but I just couldn't get into this episode. But now we are here with the season finale. I really like the title of this episode. Of course it is, What a Night for a Dark Night. And it stars Batman. So of course we had Wonder Woman, and now we have Batman in the season finale. And I really like it. Of course, you got the Joker in there. You got kind of another Batman villain, Man-Bat. And you get Batman interacting with, Scooby Gang again, which is always cool to see. And of course it's Kevin Conroy voicing Batman, which was awesome. And of course Mark Hamill is the Joker, so that was awesome. But yeah, I really like this episode. It's definitely a great season finale. Overall, what are my thoughts on Scooby-Doo and Guess Who? I will say it's a pretty decent show so far. The idea of these guest stars, some of them have worked really well and others have not really worked well. But I also like the animation. Of course, I like the idea of 3, 2, 1. The animation and even the theme song was pretty decent. It's definitely not one of my favorite Scooby-Doo shows that there has ever been, but I will at least say it's pretty enjoyable for the most part. And if you've seen all 13 episodes of Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, tell me your guys' thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.